Hi Flosstube, this is Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher. I'm back for a weekly cross-stitching update. This is video number 38, I think. Wow. I never remember the number. I think it's 38. Anyways, I hope everybody's been having a good last week of stitching. I have been stitching. I don't think I've stitched as much as I usually do, but the weather has been nice for once, so I've been sitting outside a lot, and I don't really enjoy stitching outside. I can do it, but it's been really windy here, and the wind will blow my thread like underneath, and so I get like a billion tangles, and it's really annoying, and it's just kind of a lot to do outside. I have to get up every 5 seconds to help somebody with something. So I've been finding it easier to just take my Kindle outside and read, so I have been reading quite a bit. I have got an FFO, a new start, and a bunch of whips. So I will start with my fully finished object, and that is, what is this called? Pumpkin Patch Farm from the Victoria's Sampler. I finished this a month ago, I think, maybe longer. And it's stitched in DMC with the exception of 3 overdyed colors that couldn't be subbed for the called for. Garbage truck is coming by. Sorry if you can hear it. The called for, I believe, Gloriana's or Krynic Mori. I can't remember. But this is stitched on 32 count. Picture this plus Heartland. And this is a frame my friend Amy gave to me to see if it would work for this project, and I really like the color of the frame and how it works with the, it just is very fall, gold brushed bronze color. And there is quite a bit of empty space around it, but I don't feel like having it be matted or anything. I think the frame is really pretty. So thank you, Amy, letting me use this and see how it would work. She's so good at thrifting frames, you guys. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this done. I've got a place for it on the wall in my stitching room already. I just need to get it up, and then it'll come downstairs during its season. So yeah, I'll do a little close up. This one was a little bit difficult to pin, just in the sense that it's so skinny. So you can see it kind of isn't perfectly straight down here. I tried my best to get it perfectly straight down here. So I would get it straight down here, and then this one would be not perfectly straight. And then, you know, this corner would be taller than this corner. And so it was kind of a bugger to get looking decent. From a distance, looks pretty good. So I just will tell everyone, observe from a good 4 feet. But I'm not about to tear it all out. I think it's fine. And I'm just glad to have it in a frame. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my whips. Or I'll start with my new start. So I did start a new project, and I had mentioned in my last video that I probably was going to start this, and I did. And it is With Thy Needle and Thread, Home Sweet Home. I'm stitching these seasonals on a 32 count with 1 strand over 2 fabric threads. And I think I went through it in my last video, the color changes that I did for this project. Oh, and I was gonna pull this out of the frame. So my piece of fabric that was left over from my cut that I used for the other one, Tis Spring, was kind of small. So it only fits in my tiniest Nerge hoop, which is a number 2. It's so tiny. So I'll pull it out of the hoop so you can see all of it. So yes, this is 32 count. I can never remember what this is called. Buttermilk or Snickerdoodle or something from Live and Die LA. So this is what it looks like right now. I started this oh man, I can't remember, maybe Thursday last week. And I just haven't been able to stop on it. I love it. There is quite a lot of over 1 stitching in this one. So I am glad that it's on 32 count, because I would not, I mean, I can do over 1 on 40. It's just not the funnest thing. So the over 1 is in the flagpole. That's all over 1. And then this ultra teeny tiny, that looked weird for a second, ultra teeny tiny American flag this bird is holding is all over 1 as well. So I don't have a ton left on this. There's like I have to finish the grass, and then obviously the house, and there's like a little plant right here. Then it'll be done. It's so cute. I love it. I love the way my colors that I chose are looking. Okay, and then another project that I worked on the last week, is my Plum Street sampler, My Early Days. And I'm stitching this on 40 count old sheep from X Jude Designs, and I'm using all of the called for colors. So I'm really happy with my progress on this one. I was about here, I think, maybe here with the border. So I brought the border all the way up, and I made it to the top where it starts coming around. And then, you know, there's 3 colors in the border, so I was just filling it in slowly and doing some of this deer over here, and this tree. This tree is intense, and there are 2 of them, and it's not even done. There's still 2 more branches that come off, but like those, it takes a lot. It's a lot of counting. Yeah, it's a lot. I hope you can see this. But I love the pink in the flowers on it. It's really pretty. They're just, it's a lot of leaf counting. Oh, I am stitching this as called for, but this deer is called for to be stitched in Weeks Dyeworks bark. And I don't have my threads up here. I'm not stitching it in bark. I'm stitching it in Classic Colorworks hickory sticks. My bark, reason I'm not using bark, is my bark is like green. The skein that I have, it has so much green in it, and I was like, we don't need a moldy deer. That's not the vibe. So swapped it. I'm gonna have a mess up here. Okay, I don't have my chart. I never have my chart for this one. Oops. Okay. So the other project I worked on is my pink, my pink sparrow sampler from With Thy Needle. And this is what it looks like now. So I think the last time you saw it, I might have had this going across, and then I had some of this plant, and I had like partial of this dog and a few letters. So what I worked on, I filled in these border flowers, and I did the rest of these letters and these little borders and these letters up here, and started this border that goes all the way across. I did these little quilt stars, started them, did this one. I finished the dog. He has this cute little basket with flowers in his mouth. And I did this bird and these flowers in this pot. So there are more flowers that go on the other side here. I'm loving the colors on this. Probably my least favorite color is this one, which is called Lexington Green. It's more gray than green. The cover photo is kind of deceiving for this one. The colors on the cover photo are very like pastel-y, and like the Lexington Green looks more baby blue, but mine is definitely more gray, but it's okay. I still think it's beautiful. It's turning out really pretty. Oh, and this is being stitched on 40 count color and cotton raw muslin. So yeah, I love this one. Okay, and then my Sunday stitch is Consider the Lilies. So I had to put it in a smaller key snap because that 17-inch one was just not working for me. So this is where I am on Consider the Lilies. I think this is the page 3 right here. So the middle is right here because the words are going to go across right here. So this is the middle. So I'm on page, not page 3, but my 3rd page. And so I just brought the border up and did more of the border flowers. I love these colors in this border flowers. This one, so I'm stitching this in the Vicki Clayton silk conversion, and this one is called Knock Knock. Oh, it is gorgeous. I am obsessed with it. It's one of my favorites now. So, as I said in my last video, I got stuck on this one because the words coming across here, my skein in the Vicki pack was just too bright green. I didn't want it to be so bright, and she so graciously sent me a different option, and it came in the mail. It is called Charred Past, and it is like a really dark, super variegated green, equivalent to like 934 DNC. So I have this now. So on Sunday when I get this out, I'm going to start on the words down here. And I'm excited to try this out. This color is so pretty. So I started on this motif here. It's a giant, so the words come across here, and it is a giant pot of these flowers. And since I didn't have the words, I didn't feel confident counting that far out. So I just counted off and did this flower. I did this cute bee and this little flower motif and that little thing, flower thing. And this is being stitched on 40 count XG Designs Baby Sheep with the Vicki silks. And I love it. Okay, then the last whip I worked on is, I don't have my pattern, Feast of Friendship. I mean, everybody has to know it at this point. I think everyone in the world has stitched it. So, Feast of Friendship. I'm working on this giant house, and I just was doing all of these windows. And I ran out of the called for color in these shutters, which is the Gentle Art Toffee. And so my lovely, lovely friend Bernadette sent me a length because I literally have 4 shutters left. I did not want to buy a whole skein and pay shipping on one skein for 4 shutters. So she sent me a length, and it came in the mail. And look at it. Holy different dye lots. That's crazy though. Like, that's really nuts. Mine is basically straight up orange compared to hers, which looks more like whiskey. Isn't that crazy? So, as back to the drawing board. So I was digging through my stash and I found this Victorian motto called Warm Hearth. And I think that it will work to match for 4 shutters. What do you think? Can I get away with it? Maybe if I really think that's almost an exact match for it. If the lighting is good enough, I hope you can tell. Like, it looks pretty dang accurate to me. Maybe I should make a note on this. Warm Hearth equals Gentle Art Toffee. I mean, it's just so close. So close. And I think I used this Warm Hearth in place of something. It might have been toffee. In my, Olga's stocking. So to save myself the trouble of ordering an entire skein for needing 2 lengths, I'm just going to use this, and I won't tell if you don't tell. It'll be our little secret. And that is all of my whips. Not too many. So I have a little bit of haul. So, oh my gosh, it was probably over a month ago, maybe even longer. Color and Cotton opened up pre-orders for that month's, I was just gonna see if it said the month. No, for that month's fabric club. And you could pre-order if you wanted a piece from that club. She doesn't do it every month, and she doesn't do it that often. And so I loved the color that was released that month for their club. So I jumped on and pre-ordered a piece in 46 count. It is called Buttermilk, and it is stunning. It's just a really gorgeous neutral with my hair on it already. Just really lightly modeled. Oh, I love it. I love it. I wish I would have ordered a piece in 40 count as well, but it's okay. I got 46. So there's that. Don't know where to put things. And then the only other piece of my haul is more dressmaker pins for pinning needlework for frames. I just got this box on Amazon. The heads of these pins look a little big. They don't look thicker than the ones I get at the actual store. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to open this. I was gonna open and show you, but they're a good length. The heads on the pins are just a little strange. It'll be fine. It'll all be hidden in a frame anyways. So that's all my haul. I do have some bags that I'm going to be posting on my Instagram this week. I haven't charmed these yet. But the first option of bags I'm going to be posting is another Sewing Notions bag, but this one is in pink. The ones I did the last time were in aqua. And the inside is white scissors. So they're so cute. I am obsessed with this Sewing Notions fabric. I need like 15 things done in it. It's so cute. I love it in the pink too. So I've got some of those. And I've also got, this one is fun, the chicken bag. It's got these cute chickens. Okay, there's chickens and there's chicks and there's a rooster. And I love their little blue chicken coop. It's so cute, and a little mustard colored zipper. And the inside is a green leaf. I love it. I'm waiting on some different charms for these that are supposed to come. And then I've also got, this one is so cute, little mushroom village. Look at their little mushroom hats. Look at the critters. Okay, so we got a mouse. Look at his tail. And a bunny and a fox. And they're just living their little mushroom lives. And the inside is check. I've got the cutest mushroom charms for these. I'm really excited about it. It's really hard for me not to keep all these bags. And then I've still got cake bags with the little cake slice charm. So I still got some cake bags too. And that is bags. And I've got stacks of fabric waiting to be cut for more because I love picking fabric and buying it for bags. So the only other plan, I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on. Most likely I'm going to continue stitching on Home Sweet Home because it's almost finished and I can't put it away when it's almost finished. So I'll probably finish that this week. And then I know I showed this in my last 1 or 2 videos, but I do plan to start this week since I'll be getting that finish. I am shedding. I'm losing all of my hair. It's everywhere. I do plan to start Moon Garden chart I'm borrowing from my friend Amy. And I've got it kitted and ready to go. And these colors are so good. I'm stitching it on 36 count, 18th century. Wasn't I saying this was 18th century rook? This tag says 18th century blackbird. R&R. I think it's the same thing. Anyways, I've got all the called for except for this purple is from Stash. Did I say this is 36 count? Yes. So I will be starting that this week since this is a borrowed chart and I don't like to hang on to those for a super long time. And then that is all the plans. Otherwise, I have no idea what whips I'm going to stitch on. Consider the lilies as my Sunday, so every Sunday that'll be out. But I don't know. I have no idea what other whips I'm going to work on. What's coming up this week? Nothing? What is today? The 11th? I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for both of us. All of us, a collective surprise. Okay, so that is all the stitching. I'll do just a little life and my shows. So let's see, it is second week of summer. My kids are still doing the summer program through the school and they love it. They're having such a good time. My son's doing, his group is learning how to do claymation films, which I think is really cool. So they've been building, like they do a different one every week. Last week they did one, he told me, he said they're making a movie about a three-eyed cyclops. Three-eyed cyclops. And I said, well, cyclops means one eye. So it's like a triclops. He goes, no, it's a cyclops. So, okay. And now this week, he told me they're doing one about junk food people. He said one's a pizza slice and one's a soda pop and the villain is a carrot. The villain is healthy food. So we're teaching them some really good eating habits. But he has so much fun. And he said at the end of this week, they'll be done with claymation. They'll switch to something else. So I think on Thursday, everyone gets to have popcorn and watch all their little claymation films that they did. I wish I could watch that. My dancer daughter, she started, what are they called? What am I trying to think of? Her studio is doing technique classes this month, just 2 days a week. And you could sign up for 6 classes or for 4, and we just did 4 because she didn't want to miss that many days of the school program. So she had her first class, technique class yesterday, and her second one today. And it's really great. She's loving it. And I love seeing her being pushed to learn new things. Like yesterday they were learning kicks, and what were they today? They were doing turns, and I just love it. I love watching her do it, learn these new things that the older girls do. So she's doing that, and she'll have 2 more Mondays of that, and then we'll be done for the summer. My almost 3-year-old, she turns 3 next month. We are entering a new phase, and Mother is not ready. Mother is not ready. We're about to enter a potty training phase. I hate it. I hate potty training. I hate potty training. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. And it's like potty training leads to other things. Like potty training leads to a big girl bed, so no more crib, which leads to loss of nap time. And I think that's what I'm thinking about the most, is the loss of nap time. I can't survive. I can't go on if I don't have nap time. How do I get through a whole day with no nap time? So I'm stressing. I know she's ready to start, but I'm not ready to start. All you mothers, you can relate with me here. How terrible this next phase is. So, but if she wants to start dance in the fall, which she is, she's got to be potty trained. So wish me all the luck, all the good juju, all the good vibes. And then yard progress. We got our garden boxes. I'm saying we, and I mean my husband, because I did not help. He got the garden boxes built, and they're really nice. They're like corrugated metal boxes that we just got on Amazon. They're like 8 feet by 4 feet by 1.5 feet deep, and we bought 3 of them. They hold quite a bit of plants. So we got those built, and my friends moved into their house that they built last year, and so they're putting in their yard, and they had a ton of topsoil, like a ton of soil they just needed to get rid of. So they were so sweet, and they trucked a trailer full over here to our house for us to fill our beds. But I knew that I didn't want the beds to be solid soil. So I was like, we need some like tree debris and logs and things to put in the bottoms to cut down on some of the dirt and, you know, decompose in there and make the soil all delicious. And my husband's like, well, where the heck are we going to get a felled tree? So I did not know. We knew the dirt was coming the next day, and the afternoon before, we were like, I have no idea where we're getting tree debris. And the weather gods answered. Because we got a storm called a microburst, and we sat onto the back patio and watched it roll in. Basically, it started as what looked like a normal thunderstorm. It was black skies, and it was rolling in, and then all of a sudden the wind picked up. I think it was clocked at 60 miles an hour. The wind picked, like, just, it was no wind, nothing, and all of a sudden just horrendous wind and torrential downpour rain. We were running inside like, oh my gosh, as it hit that fast. And so we're just like, holy crap, that was nuts. And it lasted for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes of this wind. And then it stopped, and the sun came out, and I was like, that was really weird. And then later that night, we're in bed, and thunder and lightning lighting up the whole top floor of our house. And the next morning, on my local town's like Facebook pages, just humongous trees felled everywhere in town from this microburst. Like, trees split down the middle and on top of houses, on top of cars. It was chaos. I could not believe it. So my friends who were coming to bring the dirt to us the next day called, and she was like, we need to bring this to you now because we need to help. Her in-laws had 4 huge trees come down. Like, these trees are old, massive trees come down in their yard. So they needed to help them clean up all the debris. And I was like, I need some. So they brought all the dirt, and then my husband followed them over to her in-laws and helped clean up all their trees and brought home a ton of wood and tree debris. And we were able to fill all 3 beds and some with tree debris, and no trees were harmed in the making of them because they were already down. So that was really, really coincidentally handy. So yeah, garden beds are filled, and my husband planted his little seedlings, and then immediately a rainstorm came. So a lot of them are not going to make it. We'll see. Fingers are crossed. Okay. Shows. Okay. So I finished a show on Netflix called Geek Girl. It is about, they don't outright say it's an autistic girl, but we know she's an autistic girl. They imply it. she's in high school, and I really loved it. I really loved it. Obviously, it had super cheesy moments in it, and like the whole premise of it was cheesy and whatever, but I didn't even care because I just thought it was so cute, and I genuinely enjoyed every episode. It is so refreshing to see more autistic portrayals in TV shows, and watching her, you know, navigate high school and bullying and everything, and like modeling, the modeling world, with her differences. Like, it was just so sweet, and a lot of it really hit close to home for me. So I highly recommend it. It is a really great show. Then I started Anne with an E. It is a Netflix show about Anne of Green Gables, and I never read those books growing up. I read Little House on the Prairie and Boxcar Children and Harry Potter. I didn't read those ones for some reason. So I'd never seen the show, and it's been over for a few years now. I think it was over in 2019, so it's a little older. It's really cute. I struggle though because it's so dang sad. I think I cried in the first 4 episodes, and I have cried multiple times since. I'm on season 3 now. There are only 3 seasons. My gosh, it's so sad though. So much sadness in this show. And then you get like a little, oh, this is wonderful. And the next time it's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So I don't know. I'm enjoying watching it. I don't know if I'd watch it again, only because it is quite sad. So I am planning to do a rewatch of the first four episodes of Bridgerton, season 3 of Bridgerton, because the second half of the season is being released on the 13th, which is Thursday? Friday? Today's the 11th. Do the maths. And so I want to rewatch them before the next chunk is released. And then House of the Dragon premieres on Sunday, and I am so freaking excited. I'm so excited. My husband and I have been rewatching the first season since, I think we started it on Friday. So we've been rewatching the first season. We're almost finished with that, so we're all fresh and ready for season 2. I cannot wait. I saw on TikTok, I think yesterday, the bridge in New York has the giant Targaryen house like banners on it. I thought that was really cool. So I'm very excited about that. I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about it next week. And that is all that I have. I really jabbered today. I apologize. I hope to see you again next week. I'm sure I will have stitching. And if you're going to watch any of these shows, let me know what you think after we watch them. And I will see you next week for my next video. And I hope you get all the stitching that you want and more. Thanks. Bye.